Joining us right now on Florida's Voice. It's always great to see him. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
Great to see you as well, Drew, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, happy St. Patrick's to you as well. Yeah, it's this is all it is at this point, this shutdown. It's about the continuation of the Democrats wanting to, I guess, for political reasons and points, to inflict some pain on the American people, on everybody, including Democrats, which is crazy.
Oh, again, you're starting to wonder what team are they on? It seems like they're rooting against the United States of America. I wouldn't be surprised in the hockey game against Canada. They're probably rooting for Canada too. I mean, it's come to this comical situation. But let's look at the real basic story here, Drew. The situation is they allowed 10 million people into the country, didn't check who they were. Some of these people wreaked havoc on the country, and then they protected them by putting in sanctuary cities, which wouldn't allow these people to be deported or at least rearrested. And then lately, they're shutting down the Department of Homeland Security. We're taking on the biggest threat in the world right now, that being Iran, as they're trying to acquire a nuclear weapon. I mean, I guess this is the definition of insanity, or at least the idea they're no longer rooting for the American team, because the responsibility of government and the first and primary source is protect your life and property. And they're clearly not on that mission right now.
Yeah, and it's not just because people, I was talking about this earlier, people see the TSA lines. They know it's going to get worse before it gets better if this continues, with people not getting paid, with, people that are quitting. But it's also some of the other things that have to do behind the scenes that you don't hear about enough, that protect us and the homeland. So many parts of it that, of course, as we have witnessed recently with these terrorist attacks here, at Temple Israel and other places, how do you continue to do this? I guess I'm asking a question that doesn't have an answer, but how do Democrats continue to do this? How could they possibly, knowing this? I wonder if you talk to people, does it feel like there's a little crack here and there where maybe they're coming to their senses and it's like, all right, enough is enough now?
I sense some of these cracks coming into place, but can you believe they've been doing this for a month?
I
I
know.
mean, how illogical is this? I mean, of course, you have the inconvenience like I did this morning. I flew out of Orlando up to Washington, D.C., and I was there at 5:45 in the morning, and the lines were 30 and 40 deep. I mean, it was a really bad situation. If you're running close on your flight, you'd never make it. And then the other reality is that again, you're not doing the things you need to do, whether it be with the Coast Guard or other positions at the TSA and there are airlines, etc., that you need to do to protect yourself against a vigilant enemy that will do anything to destroy America. And so this is a no nonsense situation, and they're creating more and more nonsense. And the only reason they can get away with it, Drew, is because the media gives them a free pass every single time. Thank God for shows like yours, Drew, that call out the truth and are willing to take the tough questions, because they are not facing the tough questions, and they are doing everything they can to try to point the fingers at us after
Yeah.
we passed the bill to fund this over a month ago.
Right. It's crazy. And then on the other side of this now, we have the Save America Act. I've got stories coming up, some audio clips in just a little while that, again, have examples of the thing that's happening again that Democrats insist are not happening, where there are illegals and others who are voting in elections, and more information is coming out across the country. We're starting to see it and hear about it. And here we have the Save America Act, and we've got this important, obviously, the vote that was taken today, and the important steps. And, I just wonder how this is going to shake out as well. What are your thoughts?
Look, these folks have one mission in life, Democrats. They want the accumulation of power. And you and I've talked about many times, Drew, it's very simple. What do the Republicans want? We want to give you more of your own money back that you've earned, because you know what's best for your life and your family and business situation. And whereas the Democrats are saying, send us more of your money and more of your power to Washington, D.C., because they know what's best. That's the arrogance that you're living with right now. But the SAVE Act is ridiculous. When you tell a person, hey, look, you don't have to show a photo ID in order to vote in 14 different states. They're like, no way, no how. No, that's the law in 14 states, and they don't want to change it. And the idea that you can actually vouch for other people, In some states, that's insane as well. And it's so easy to actually register to vote and do it the right way with the Real ID Act. And for them to say that minority groups can't do it, or women who are married can't do it, I mean, that is so insulting to married women, let alone other minorities that they can't figure out. You talk about racism or sexism. This is the prime example, and just shows again the arrogance that come out of the Democrat Party today. And the only way, and I'm going to say it again, that they get away with it because the mainstream media just repeddles their BS.
Yeah, they do. And I was trying to remember the Democrat earlier today, and I played the clip. And they were talking about this, and all of those same issues keep coming up. Like they've got this talking point that they keep burning through. Meanwhile, you have 71% of the country. That's everybody. That's not just Republicans. That's everybody who are for this, and they still burn through these talking points. They want to die on this hill. And I think the important thing that you brought up right away is you've got to have the distinction. We've got to see and hear from them on the Senate floor. I want to know who they are. I want to know why they're voting against it. I want it all out there. The transparency on this is going to be incredibly important.
And it's so easy to get your birth certificate or other information changed, the voter ID. I mean, it's so easy. And to get a driver's license changed, it's so easy. And they make it seem like it's so hard. It's all BS. And this is Chuck Schumer just trying to somehow scratch his way back into power in the Senate. And that's all it is. Who is going to be against showing photo ID to vote? The very fabric of our democracy, Republican form of government, unless you want to do nefarious things. There's no defense to it anymore. They're just not telling the truth anymore. And I think eventually the American public has to see through all this BS.
Yeah, they do. Obviously. And when you have 70% people that are like, this is so obvious. We already see it.
It really is.
Yeah, it is. All right, sir. Well, listen, great to see you. All the best. God bless. Look forward to the next time we get together, and we'll do that soon, okay?
Thanks, Drew. You guys are the best. Appreciate the time.
All right, appreciate you as well.